Welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium and the Aflac Kickoff Classic, and we are excited to get this college. And welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on last year's national champion, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top.
There he goes! Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. The give. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
To throw, it's Baker. Here comes the heat. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. They'll go to the ground. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And good job by the defense. The defense clearly knew where they were going with the football. Double coverage out wide, making sure they don't give up a touchdown to that guy. Nice job by the defense. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle, it's held.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Creates a little space. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Makes the grab at the 10. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Anderson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Great team defense on that one play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Firing to the right, complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to get him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
He'll pull it down and run. And he'll slide after picking up the first down.
Well, this quarterback's athleticism, I think, makes it a little bit easier for you as a head coach when you decide to go for it on fourth down, because if it's not there to throw the ball, his athleticism can just take over. He can go get it himself and keep the drive alive. Really nice job that time by the QB.
Finding open areas.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Got his man. Turning it on. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play from this offense.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
This is a design run.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Baker. Pressure coming. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Throws to the tight end. finds a man on the left. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Third down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle box, so he knew to throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Chucked it away just as he was hit. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
You simply don't see that very often. Quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He got it. That'll bring him to within 4. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. UCLA dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Hand off from the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. He's piled up 82 yards for them on the ground already in this 1st quarter. He looks as if he's ready to put up numbers. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these 2 quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Anderson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll leave it with him. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional. But you need to be able to score some points, so either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. The longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And quarterbacks quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about on one play.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first two drives, and they're back to work now. Give to the single back. Breaks into the open. The tag. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
Michigan 21, North Carolina 3.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Anderson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
QBs that can run completely change your game. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand, now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Wolverines bringing the heat on the defensive front as they have so many times through the years.
And you just think about guys that just look great in their youth. Big, strong, Aiden Hutchinson, Ajabo, a lot of these guys in the recent history, just they know how to get after the quarterbacks and make their life miserable.
Snagged in the middle, it's Davidson. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Back to throw, it's Baker. He'll off one deep down the left side. Hits him in stride at the 10. Touchdown, UNC! Once he got some room, it was over.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And I tell you what, when you got a guy that is that good at dissecting your defense, you better get pressure. Nice job by the defense, hurrying him up, speeding up the thought process.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. These guys scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Now a chance to really dig their way out of this hole.
Yeah, and it's complimentary football, right? Offense doing their job, scoring, defense getting the stop. Offense has got the ball right back. Palmer, go back to that last drive, revisit it, rehash some of the same plays.
Yeah, and if you're the quarterback here, think about where are my best matchups too. We're going to have to throw the football at some point here, so where do I want to take advantage of this defense and what areas of the field, and where are my best opportunities?
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Making side adjustments here. Dropping back, it's Baker. Bringing the heat. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Knocked down at the 43-yard line, and the interception has him set up in plus territory.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the drive.
Got some room to run. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory. And he's now over 150 yards on the ground, and days like this can put you up for those legendary Michigan runners.
And that's why you come to Michigan. You know you're going to get fed. Like you are going to be a back that gets the football, that chews up yards, that always has a lot of success and gets a ton of carries.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Back open in the middle. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
They'll throw it from the red zone. That pass is incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Got his man on the outside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. He went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. It's good, and That was dead solid perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Nebraska rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that's produced winners of the award from Johnny Rodgers to Mike Rozier to Eric Crouch. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Running behind that left side. Another broken tackle. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and tack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. And the Wolverines have a lot of options on second and inches. Power football with the run. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working. Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker and running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else. Offensive execution. We talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum.
And the extra point splits the uprights.
31, North Carolina, 10.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Back to pass. It's Baker. Here's the pressure. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Michigan, 31, North Carolina.
The Tar Heels will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll open this third quarter with a run. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun. Wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are, sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
The Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Looking to pass. It's Baker. Quick strike complete. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll move the wide receiver. He fires to the left side. It's caught. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Well, if they're going to get back in this game, they need more plays like that. That was something that was missing in the first half. Explosive plays in the passing game, and they get one here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if these receivers can make more plays like that as this game goes on.
Motion from the back. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's McLaurin. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going and getting him on the ground.
Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down.
Ooh, I don't know, guys. Did he hear footsteps running over the middle of the field where all those defenders are lurking? I think that might have got in his head. That might have been a reason why he dropped it.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Rush is on him. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield.
I'm the offensive coordinator. I'm thinking about shipping this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
So here comes the Michigan offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings, try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Running back searching for a hole. Moving past the 25. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The Wolverines building their entire attack around this guy. Remember Denard Robinson, the great running quarterback? He owns 6 of the top 10 single-game all-purpose yards in Michigan history. One of them might be going down soon.
And Michigan's history, obviously, is usually running the football, but we've seen a little diversity in their offense in recent years, and you can see when you got a guy that can do this, and do this, and do that, you want to give him the ball multiple ways and let him really hurt a defense.
The Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you're going to fly upfield every single play. We'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
Pulls it in. It's Hester. Hard running there. Still on his feet at the 45. Gashing the D on the right. Touchdown, Michigan. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Oklahoma rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that produced 4 winners of the award between 2003 and 2018. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Makes to grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
It's complete on the right side. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking for a man. It's Baker. Fires downfield. On target to the left. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
We just have not called this guy's name enough. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football, and that was only his second catch. And I think that's a big reason why they're trailing this much in this game so late. They just have not been able to get one of their biggest weapons involved as often as they needed to.
They get to him as he throws. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Makes the grab. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage. For the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him, and he tackles him for no gain.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this defense.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. That's a fumble on the play. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
He spun that wheel of... by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
In this situation of the game, it's so hard for the offense to throw it because you're trailing by a lot, so the defense knows you're throwing it. They've got all these extra DBs out there, little fast guys that can break on the football. The windows are so small to throw into, and that's what happened on that last play. Nice job getting the INT.
Looking for a crease to the left. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The run to the right. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one. And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
At the 35, he's loose. Turning it on. Touchdown, Wolverines. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that rain is coming to an end. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make 2nd and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
Rides the back on the option to give. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Use the play fake. Now to throw. It's complete to the right.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10.
Get set, get set.
The give to the lone running back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Leaves it with the running back. Oh, he's got some space. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. They still do count it for 6. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Arkansas was far from the friendly confines of Fayetteville, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He leaves it with his back.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run.
Give to the back. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. That was hardly a performance worthy of a #1 team in the country, and now they have to look themselves in the mirror and see if they can get this thing right.
Yeah, they got hammered. Like, this was not competitive. This was a bad performance. And the committee watches every single week. And being the #1 team in the country, obviously you got some pressure on you, but this squad's got to perform better. They got to show up, man. This was an embarrassing loss. And, Jesse, they're going to have to get some things fixed if they want to go try to compete for the ultimate prize.
I think the problem, if you're the head coach of this former #1 team, is that you've got a lot of problems to solve. What went wrong? Because they never even showed up. They didn't even look motivated in this game, and they got dominated in all 3 facets on the field. This isn't just a one-solution fix. There are a lot of question marks now. They're going to be revolving around this program, and a lot of doubters now from the outside. A lot of that energy is going to start seeping in.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.